What's up, everybody? It's John here from VidGamiac.com. Welcome to our first playthrough of Xenon Valkyrie, where we're going to be attempting to go for all of the achievements. We're going to start up a new game, and then once we get to our character select screen, for this first playthrough, we are going to pick the middle character, who's going to be Elowen, so make sure you choose her. Now, at any point during the game, we can take advantage of this handy-dandy cheat code. Which one do you want to make sure you hit the back button, which is going to be pause in this game. And then once the menu pops up, you want to punch this in. It's going to have to be done on the D-pad. That's going to be left, left, down, right, right, up, and then the Y button. Punching that in is going to give us a bunch of useful cheats. You may notice that you are going to be given a ton of health as well as a ton of money and also 3 golden keys, but there's going to be way more to the cheat than that we can take advantage of to get this game done super easily. So now that we have that cheat entered, make sure you hop into the teleporter to start up level 1. Now, another thing the cheat is going to allow us to do is in any non-boss level, what you can do is you can hit the left trigger and that'll immediately teleport you to the finish line, which is going to be the exit teleport. Make sure you step on through, and then you're going to be sent to this area, which is going to be the area that you're going to be between levels. It's basically going to be where the shop is, as well as a few NPCs, so you can say hi to them if you want to. Nonetheless, just make sure you start the next part of the level, and you can use the left trigger trick as often as you want. Now, once you finally do get to a boss level, unfortunately, there's not going to be an exit teleport that we can warp to, but thankfully, the cheat is also going to allow us to do a ton of damage, so we should be able to one-shot pretty much all of the bosses. So quickly take out the first one with a single shot, and then as soon as you take care of him, you should be good for the first achievement. This one is going to be called Ancient Block. This one's for 80 gamer score for beating the first set of levels. Now, every boss is also going to drop a chest. Make sure you open all of these up. Even though you're not going to take advantage of most of these things, there's going to be a very valuable resource in here in the form of Teamorite. You want to make sure you pick any of those up, as they are going to be very important for certain achievements. Once you take care of that, just make sure you exit and then head to the next set of levels. The left trigger trick is still going to work, thankfully, so just make sure you use that to get through these levels. Left trigger, get to that exit gate, make sure you exit, then get through the in-between part, and then just make sure you get to the next part. Same thing, left trigger, and then exit, and then we're going to then keep doing this until we basically run into another boss. Boss fight number 2 of the first playthrough is going to be these 2 spider turrets. To defeat them, what you want to do is make sure you wall jump onto this center platform and just smack the generator, and then once you blow it up, you should take out the 2 robot things, and then you should be good for the next achievement for clearing this set of levels. This one is going to be called Cave Block. This one's for 80 gamer score. Also, make sure you grab the chest that pops up on the center platform as well. You're going to have to wall jump back up there, so make sure you do that. Hopefully you get some good loot, as it is going to be random, but the thing you want to hope for is a bunch of Teamorite. Then it's going to be on to the next sets of levels, so just make sure you keep pushing forward. So the next achievement that we're going for is going to require that we have 3 Teamorite. So hopefully you had pretty good luck in pulling those from the boss chest. If you don't have enough here, you can always do this in a different playthrough, as your Teamorite is going to carry over from playthrough to playthrough. So make sure you do keep that in mind. But once you get to this in-between level, you're going to have these 2 NPCs right here. You want to make sure you talk to the one on the right. Long story short, he's going to ask you for some help in the form of 300 cells and 3 Teamorite. Now, you should have about 9,999 cells from the cheat code. However, your Teamorite was going to have to come from the boss chest. So if you can afford it, make sure you pick yes and give him the cash, and that should result in you getting this achievement called Duke Mission for 20 gamer score for helping this specific NPC. Then we're going to go onward and upward to the next boss, so hit up that teleport. This boss is going to basically be this person who's floating on this platform. Make sure you ignore her and just pay attention to the floor. These vials are going to pop up from these 4 specific spots, and all you have to do is just make sure you smack one as soon as it pops up. Once you do that, you should take out the boss super duper easily, and that is going to be the end of that set of levels, which should mean another achievement in the form of Reactor Block for another 80 gamer score. You're going to be right here. The chest is going to be right in front of you, so make sure you pop that open for some loot. And then once you grab that, we're going to drop down, and then drop down once again to come back out from the top, and that should allow us to jump across and then into the next teleporter to start the next set of levels, which is basically going to mean we're just going to hit left trigger and then skip them. And believe it or not, this is actually the last set of levels for the first playthrough. So we're going to warp to the final hallway. Just make sure you push forward. There's going to be a health kit up here that we don't need since we have so much health. Then we're going to trigger the final boss fight. Make sure you let the cutscene play out, and then once the boss spawns, we're going to get to smacking him around. So basic strategy for this boss fight, make sure you let him get his opening attack animation out of the way. He's going to flash the screen, which isn't going to do any damage to us, so just make sure you get past that. Then this thing is going to happen, make sure you watch out for this, but of course we do have enough health to take the damage. Then once that's out of the way, his 2 hitboxes are going to open up in the form of these 2 speakers that are his arms. Make sure you break both of them, and that should get this arc reactor to form on his chest. Make sure you break that, and that's going to take care of half of the fight. Then he's going to do pretty much the same attack animation, so he's going to flash the screen, and then you have the laser that's going to be hard to avoid unless you hug the edge, but we're just going to take the hit, and then we're just going to blow up his 2 speakers, and then his arc reactor, and that's actually the whole boss fight in a nutshell. Super duper easy peasy, thanks to those cheats, of course, but once you take him out, that's going to actually wrap it up for the first playthrough. You should get an achievement right here for wrapping up this particular set of levels called Cocoon Block for 80 gamer score. Make sure you let the end cutscene and credits play out, and the game is basically going to take you back to the starting area. That's what we're going to pick up next time for part 2, but that's going to wrap it up for this part, and that's all there is to it.